Your character goes through a transition over the process in the film. Can you talk a little bit about that, where she sort of starts and where she ends up?
My character, Cindy Green, starts as a woman who is just beyond heartbroken that she's been told she can't have children. And by shortly thereafter, this child that she imagines manifests in her house right in front of her as a 10-year-old, and she's immediately a first-time parent to a 10-year-old little boy who's quite special and different. And she starts the movie just with the kind of nervous energy any new mom has, trying to get everything right, working so hard, trying to be everywhere at once for this little boy. And she learns throughout the course of the movie that sometimes you have to just step back and let them be who they are, and sometimes you have to make mistakes and let them make mistakes and try your best to grow from them, but that's just part of parenting. So by the end of the movie, you see her, she's much more relaxed, she's much more just enjoying her child and waiting to see what happens instead of trying to impose her idea of perfection on it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the interesting things about the imaginative premise of the film is that they, write what they want their child to be in this box, and then he appears. So don't you think that that's what parents sort of do? They kind of imagine what they want, and then sometimes that prevents the experience of who they are, who their child is.
I'm sure that we've all been guilty of that to some degree. Even if you don't know that that's what you're doing, you can't help but lead your child a certain direction. And it's really, it is incredible to watch this film and step back and be reminded that just love them for who they are, enjoy them while you have them. You don't get to have your kids around forever. And the movie is very life-affirming in that way.
Yeah, and it's really nice because it doesn't judge the parents either.
Yes, and it reminds you not to judge yourself, not to judge your sisters, not to judge your kids. And I think if we can all just let go of that a little bit, that idea of how things are supposed to be, we'll all be so much happier.
I know. You have such a great rapport with CJ, who plays Timothy in the film, and this is his first movie. It's so young. What did you do to kind of establish that comfort level with him?
Well, Joel and I took on kind of parental roles with CJ, even though his parents were right there off set. On set, it was definitely the two of us, and we followed the traditional lines of Joel would play soccer with him, teach him magic tricks, play with him, and I would make sure he had snacks and a potty break, and that he wasn't too hot or cold or tired. And in taking care of him, we just could not have fallen more deeply for him. We both we realized we have him forever.
What do you love most about this film? Because I think that's often what will translate and what audiences will connect with.
What I love is that when I saw it with my girlfriends, and one of them brought her 10-year-old son, that they cried all through the movie at different parts, but afterwards I said, were you sad? Was it that sad? And they said, no, that they recognized themselves at different parts of the movie, and they felt like it was for them. But then the little boy said, what are you talking about? This was a kid movie. This was for me. He didn't even get anything. Everyone has their own experience, but everyone comes away affected.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing it on AMC screens.
Thank you so
much.